How many LNG trains do you see as developing in Gladstone, and why?
There's a range of proposals out there now. What we've seen is potentially in Gladstone there could be around 14 trains of varying sizes. This really depends on what contracts the industry can get, what financing they can get, and how good they are at competing within the more global industry development. At present, if we look at many of the industry groups are saying perhaps between sort of 10 and 15 million tonne per annum would be ideal. If that were to happen, that equates to between, say, 4 and 5 trains, or 3 to 5 trains. That would be a starting point for Queensland.
Yep, fantastic. Government has said that it's committed to facilitating these LNG plants, or facilitating the development of the LNG plants. How does the government intend to do this?
We've got a range of working groups with the LNG proponents. One of the main ones is a common use infrastructure working group. That involves anyone who's going to build on Curtis Island, provides with the opportunity to share their knowledge of their project and to perhaps put together some more economical ways to provide the infrastructure they need. We've also gone ahead and acquired the land for extension of the Gladstone State Development Area.
Yep.
We've put in place infrastructure planning. We have some corridors through the GSDA to accommodate pipelines. We've done work on the best options for using road or sea transport to access the plants. And we've gone into broader corridors, such as the corridor from Gladstone to the Surat, to look at how those corridors could best be set up to help industry. You may have noticed that the government has also announced during the recent election campaign a policy position that they would build the gas superhighway.
Yes.
And the gas superhighway would go from the Callide Range through into Gladstone, which means the government would acquire the land necessary for all the pipelines for the LNG industry in the future.
Yep.
And this would much simplify the activity they had to undertake.
Yeah. And so does the government know anything about the timing of the superhighway?
We've done the preliminary planning for it. Yep. We estimate that to do something like the superhighway, there'd be another 6 to 8 months of planning around defining the specific property boundaries, looking at the way in which the pipes could be accommodated within that corridor,
yep.
and then ultimately acquiring the land. So we think within the next 12 months, if we proceed on the superhighway, we could have it in place.
Okay, fantastic. Do you see there as being any factors hindering the development of the proposed LNG plants at Gladstone, such as economic climate?
Each of the LNG plants will have to go through a rigorous EIS process. So what we're doing with that is making sure the plants are safe, that the impact on the environment is acceptable, and that they mitigate those impacts in a way that we find the public would be likely to accept.
Yep.
The factors that limit development are future contracts. Will we have the contracts ready to commit to the final investment decision? Is there a difference in oil price? Well, many of these plants are projecting forward. It's often 3 to 4 years on the oil price. The low oil price now may, in fact, limit the financial viability of some of their projects, and certainly the opportunities that they have to get financing for those particular projects are all boundaries to it. They also have competition with other LNG proponents worldwide,
yep.
which further, increases the effort that these companies have to put forward to make sure that their projects are ones that do succeed in the longer term.
Okay, fantastic. What do you think there is in store for the gas industry over the next 20 years?
It's a good question. And it's a hard one.
Yeah.
I'd hope that we do establish some value adding like LNG. What it does, it gives an economic benefit to the state. It provides more employment, more income, and increases our economic well-being.
Yep.
When I look at what there is for the gas industry, it seems that gas is going to be an ideal transition fuel for coal-fired electricity generation. Much lower emissions, and certainly in Queensland, from what we've seen so far, an abundance of supply. If we get the pricing right, and the delivery of the gas right, and LNG right, I think we have a very solid future from it.
Yep, fantastic. Great, thanks for your time, Mel.
Thank you.